Ford Field in Detroit. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Joe Burrow and the Detroit Lions taking on Mason Rudolph and the Tennessee Titans.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. And even 60 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game. But not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. In motion goes the tight end. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Lions go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by a third-round pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
And when Mason Rudolph is on the field, sometimes the scouting reports have to be revised a little bit because often quarterbacks like to throw short to get a rhythm. For Mason Rudolph, he loves the deep fade and he loves the deep post pattern. Anything over the top, those are his favorite shots downfield, and that's what gets him comfortable.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to throw, Rudolph. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Rudolph. Drops this underneath for Pollard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 56 yards.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. A handoff running left, Mixon. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here we go. Ready?
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Rudolph. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Third and 2. Rudolph looking to throw it. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Here we go. Right 80.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Burrow will throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Joe Burrow, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed him point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rudolph. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
First down. Here's Burrow. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Set.
Now Burrow on first down. Left side to Lamb. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Reynolds. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Burrow on play action. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Bates' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. On the return, here's Tyjae Spears. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second half begins with a run by Pollard. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Pat Surtain up to make the play.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rudolph. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Here we go. Back. 180. 180.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Burrow looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Mixing up the middle. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Second and 5. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
A first carry now for Craig Reynolds. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Titans getting set to go. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Rudolph's throw hauled in by Westbrook Akina here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Not just a cover guy, Roger McCreary getting back behind the line of scrimmage on that play.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Mixon. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, this is the National Football League. It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.